Welcome back to BrandiShariTV. My name is Brandy, and today I'm going to be answering the 3 top questions that I get about respiratory school, and I also have a little announcement. If you are new, welcome to my channel. If you are not, welcome back. And let's just get right into this. Go ahead and just do the quick announcement. If you follow my respiratory page, then you know. If you don't follow my respiratory page and you're in respiratory school thinking about it, go ahead and just follow it. It's free, it's no hassle. Just go ahead and follow it. So if you guys already follow my page, then you pretty much already know about the news that I'm about to spill, and that is the relaunch of my site, BrandiShariTV.bitcartel.com. I'll leave it in the description box below or whatever, but yes, I'm relaunching my site August 1st. Today is the 31st, so it launches tomorrow. A little pressed on time, but yeah, so it launches tomorrow. So yes, I will be relaunching my, come on girl, don't do this, don't do that. We'll be relaunching my classic marble design notebook, which is just RT on the front, and then on the back a little stethoscope saying giving you life one breath at a time, which is my motto. And I do have a new one, which is my Girl Boss line, which is a pretty pink. No, but a pretty pink. It's like a pastel pink with floral. One thing about me, I didn't even think I liked pink, but clearly I do, and I love flowers. So this one is just really special to me. It's kind of more personal. And then I also have the respiratory therapist, Girl Boss, hello, giving you life one breath at a time. Just another quick thing about this notebook, I did include a little mini calendar, a little annual calendar. Classic marble will be the same front. I'll be bringing back these syringe pens. If you guys remember these from my first launch, then you know that they write in blue ink. If you don't, I'll definitely write some things down for you guys just to show you guys how they write. They actually hold up pretty well, and it's a nice ballpoint pen. Like it really, it's not just a cute pen, like it actually writes really well. And nobody has contacted me about them breaking. I did have one person like try to take it apart, and I guess, I mean, I take my pens apart all the time too when I'm bored, but this is just not the pen for that. So I remember saying in my first video, as long as you're not like crazy and like rough with it, it will withstand a lot of beatings per se. So I also wanted to introduce another item that I'm going to be placing on my site, and they are these syringe pens. They come in 6 different colors: pink, yellow, purple, green, orange, blue. You guys know your colors, I just wanted to say it. And these are actually really good highlighters as well. They do not pop down like the other syringe pens do. You actually just have to like twist and take the cap off. So that's how you do that, but it's still super cute. And I feel like this is a great size highlighter. I'm gonna do like a little paper test for these too, but if you follow my Instagram, my respiratory Instagram, then you already know how these write, because I did release a little video on how these how pigmented they are. So I know for my program, at least, we go the entire year year-round with school and classes, but I know with other programs, that's just not the case. So I wanted to go ahead and re-release something for my fall babies, for people that are just coming into respiratory school. I was super excited, y'all. My first video is like my most popular, and you know, they just kind of forgot about me after that, but I was super excited. My first semester, I was like beat down to the ground, beat, fried, and laid to the side. Like I was going through it, but I was super excited my first semester. So I just wanted to release something for you guys, just to get you just a little bit more. The way I'm going to be selling these notebooks is going to be similar to what I did the first launch, where I kind of give you guys a bundle, but instead of adding or giving you 2 pens, 2 syringe pens, I'm going to give you a pen and a highlighter along with the notebook. So that'll be super, super cute. You guys are gonna need a highlighter. You guys are gonna need a pen. And I just think this is just super cute to just pop out of your pocket. It's super compact, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not like a big bulky pen. So you can just put it in your scrub pocket and just, you know, be about your day. And then when you pop it out, it's just super cute. Like, oh my God, girl, where did you get that pen? BrandiShariTV, girl, let me give you the site. But no, bundles together. They're going to be on my site August 1st. So make sure you guys go check out my site. Oh, also, one more thing about these notebooks, and then I'm gonna be done, girl. Make sure you guys tag my Respiratory page, tag my personal page, share it with your friends when you get these notebooks, because I have like some customers that just have not sent me pictures. I'm not mad. I just want to know, like, are you liking it? You know what I mean? I want the feedback. So make sure you guys are tagging me when you get your purchases. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the top 3 questions that I get about respiratory. The question that I get a lot is it hard versus, like, is it hard, like the program, is the program hard? And is it hard to get in the program? So let me tackle, is it hard to get in the program? Because that is completely up to your school. Every school is different depending on if your school is competitive, if you have like a super popular respiratory therapy program, which respiratory therapy in general is not that, it is thundering, y'all. I love y'all for real. Respiratory therapy in general is not, I don't think it's too popular. Maybe it's just in Atlanta where I stay. Nursing is way more popular than respiratory therapy, but it's not too popular. So it's not like a lot of people like, yeah, like I'm gonna go to respiratory therapy, you know what I mean? So it's not as competitive as I would say nursing, but that's completely up to what school you're at, the applicants. I know for us, the applications, whoever the applicant, like range of GPA kind of set the tone for everybody else. Like if you have like people that are applying for the program that have like a 4.0, 3.8 GPA, and here you are down here with your good but not as good 3.2, you might not get in, you know what I mean? But completely up to your school how competitive it is and how they do their admissions, how they work around their admissions, who they want to admit, what test scores they take, what GPAs they take. That's completely up to your school. So next would be, is it hard? Like, as in, is the program hard? Definitely. For me, if you ask me, I definitely think it's hard. If you ask other people, like I said, they may give you different answers. The same way, you know, one person may have had to read it one time to understand it, I may have to read it 5 times. You know, so it's depending on how you learn. It's just depending on the person, I guess. Like, I may pick on to some things fast that other people may not, and you know, vice versa. It's really that's really subjective. But like I said, to me, it's pretty difficult. One thing I feel like we can say, and as in we, I say like the respiratory therapy program students that I'm with, it is definitely time consuming. Like we were just talking the last time we all seen each other about how the summer pretty much flew by. Like, I can't believe that the summer is on. I can't believe that fall is about to start. Like, I really just can't believe it. Like, I feel like June and July just flew by. And here I am, haven't been in the pool, maybe went out for a couple of drinks. You know what I mean? Like, it flew by. So one thing that we can agree on is that it's definitely time consuming. So with that, you need to work on your time management. You have to find out your weak points and you have to fix them as soon as possible, because just like the summer semester flew by, the fall semester will fly by, and you don't want to be stuck, you know, getting okay grades or mediocre grades, and at the end you're kind of like freaking out about if you're going to make it in the program. So you have to find out your weak spots with your time management. Maybe, you know, after the first month, you realize this class is harder than this class, so I may have to study more for this class, or I may have to call off of work. I've had to call off of work to study for finals. I'm going to have to tell, you know, my friends I can't make it. It's going to be stuff like that you're going to have to do for this program, because you have to work on your time management. You have to perfect it. As long as you put the time into it, I promise you, you will see great results, okay? Just work on your time management and you will be fine. Trust me. Another question I get is, how do I study? That is also subjective information, because the way I study may not be the same way that you guys may learn. So with me, I am better with repetition. I have to see it a lot. I have to see it over and over and over and over and over again, so it can drill into my head that this is what's going on. Like, I don't know, maybe I have like short-term memory. Like, I'll read it and then like a couple days I'll go back to it and it's like, wait a minute, this doesn't even make sense anymore. Like, I made sense of it the first time and it does not make sense anymore. So I have to go in and I have to repeatedly read, study, concentrate on, you know, things. I have to, you know, sometimes I have to purchase books just so I can get a more in-depth understanding of certain material. But that, like I said, how I study, my tip for that would be just to learn how you learn, if you know what I mean. You have to understand how you learn, how you retain information best, and you have to go with that. Now, with me and repetition, that may not work for you. Maybe you're more of a visual learner, a more hands-on learner. Maybe if you see it too many times, you know, it still doesn't make sense, or maybe you have to go to office hours and the professor has to re-explain it to you. Maybe you have to record lectures if that's available, or if that's allowed in your class, not allowed in my program because, you know, cheating scandals, but I digress. But, you know, you have to do what works for you. You have to figure out what times am I most productive. I'm most productive at night. If I wake up in the morning, I'll stay at school like maybe 1 or 2 hours, and that's just reviewing what we went over. But as soon as I get home, girl, I have to take a nap. And for the longest I tried to fight it. I'm like, no, like, you have to stay up, you have to do this, you have to do that. And you know, one thing I do want to just touch on really quick is just self-care. And this program is so easy to get burnt out. It's so easy to lose your sleep. You know, take on like really horrible diets. Just, you know, a host of other things. Like, it's just so easy to forget about yourself in any medical field program. So make sure you are listening to your body. You know, it's some days I do have to like push myself, because it's like, you know, you have to study, you have to work through this nap. Maybe you can just drink like some coffee or whatever and stay up an extra hour, hour and a half. But after that, you know, I try to listen to my body and I try to go to sleep, because if I'm mentally exhausted and I'm physically exhausted, I'm not learning, I'm not retaining the information. And I think that's with anybody. So just a little self-care tip, y'all. Make sure y'all listening to your body, because you matter first, and self-care obviously comes first, okay? Okay, so back to what we were saying. So definitely find out, like, you know, what times you're best productive. Maybe when you come home, you have to take a nap. Maybe when you come home, you have to go straight into your work. You have to figure out what time of the day you're most productive. And I found that pretty helpful for me once I realized, you know, you have to go to sleep. Like, you have to go to sleep, take a nap, and wake back up, and then, you know, start over again, kind of like reboot, and then you're able to retain the information just a little bit better. So make sure you guys are thinking about that. Along with your time management. These kind of all coincide together on how you're going to learn, how you're going to study. Think about the resources you need. Do you just need PowerPoints? Like I said, can you record? Do you need to go talk to the professor? Like, what do you need to do to really retain the information and really learn and grasp the concept? You have to figure that out. Sometimes they're like little baby curves, little something curves. But for the most part, you get the grade that you earn. So make sure you are doing whatever you can to understand the information, learn the information the way you understand it, the way you learn it. Okay, and so the last question that I'm going to touch on is pertaining to books. And I get questions like, did you purchase your books? What books to purchase? Do you feel like this book would be helpful? Again, subjective information. Like, personally, I only rented or purchased books that I knew I would have a problem with in class. Like, for example, let's take my summer semester. I took mechanical ventilation. I knew off rip, this is gonna be hard for me. It's gonna be hard for me to understand. And it is summer classes. We have 8 weeks to understand something that, you know, you may teach in a full fall semester, okay? I'm buying that book. I'm buying the book. We actually had to purchase the workbook or whatever, but it was for extra credit, so I'm not mad. But that book helped me out a lot. I was reading my butt off. Now for, let me go back and think. I think I took like a patient assessment class my first semester. Yeah, I took patient assessment. I think I like rented that book, but I never opened it up because the slides were sufficient enough for me. And I also didn't believe that it would be a difficult class. So it was basically like vital signs, you know, vital signs, patient assessment, what to do, your report when you go into the room, you know, things to check, stuff like that. So I didn't feel like that it would be a class that I would need more in-depth understanding. Mechanical vent, whole nother story, girl, whole nother story. I just bought classes. I just bought books or purchased books that I felt like I would struggle with. And sometimes the books don't even help you more. They actually make you more confused than anything. So with the book situation, I would definitely recommend just purchasing or renting, whichever one you do. Them renting or purchasing the books a little bit ahead of time so that you can actually read it and see, okay, does this break this down in the simplest terms for me? Will I be able to understand this? Will I be able to keep up with this book? Will this book even be helpful? You know, it's kind of, you can kind of understand. I mean, at this point, I kind of know which books are kind of going over my head and which books will actually help. So, but for people that are just now coming in, I would say, and I know y'all aren't gonna like this, but whatever they have on that fall book list, go ahead and rent it. Go ahead and get it early, like I said. You know, I think they give you, what, 30 days or something to give it back. Your professor isn't really even referencing the book, or that the slides pretty much have all the information you need to know. Or even if you go and just talk to him and be like, hey, you know, do I really even need this book? Like, cause I bought this book, I kind of want my money back. So, you know, just figure out, you know, if this is the book that you need, or if this is a book that you need. And then, you know, if it doesn't work, no skin off your bones, you can just give it back. That's it for this video. I hope this was helpful for you guys. Make sure you are following me on my social medias, except for Snapchat, that's dead. I've tried to take out all of my Snapchats out of all of my social media, like my drop boxes and stuff. But if I missed it, please, I'm sorry, you won't get a response on Snapchat because Snapchat is dead. I only really get on there for the filters. If I have the app deleted, sometimes I go through things where I just delete the app because I want nothing to do with it. But yeah, follow me on Instagram, my personal Instagram, BrandiShari, my respiratory Instagram, For the Love of Respiratory. And as always, I leave all of that in the description box along with my email for my babies that don't have social media, because I know some people don't have social media. So my email is always open for you guys. I hope this answered you guys' questions. I'm so excited to start my fall semester. I'm excited for you guys to start your fall semester. This is going to be a great year for you guys. Keep your head on straight. Don't play about yourself. This is your education. You are your #1 priority. Nobody else is going to care about you as much as you care about you. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure for clinicals you are reading up on, you know, whatever you need to read up on. But remember, you are a student. You can ask questions. You won't be by yourself. It'll be fine, girl. Okay? If y'all need help, I'm here for y'all. My DMs are open, always. Always open. My email is always open. So I will see you guys in my next video. Subscribe, like, comment, all of that type of stuff. And don't forget to shop my site August 1st when it launches. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.